So now we will see input attribute disabled in input field. So guys, basically the input disabled attribute specifies that an input field should be disabled. By disabled, what we mean is a disabled input field is unusable and unclickable as well. So basically this is a kind of a read only field that we had seen previously. So over here as well, the user will not be able to modify the content of the input field which is having the attribute as disabled over here. And apart from this functionality, the value of the disabled input field will not be sent when submitting the form. So basically this is the main difference between the read only attribute and the disabled attribute. The read only attribute will help the user to send the input field value that is set by default to the server, whereas the disabled input field will not be able to send the value that is provided inside this input field. So guys, let us check this with the help of examples in VS Code over here. So simply we will have the input field, and this time we will have the text input field over here, and for the name part we will say disabled in this case, and then for the ID as well we will provide the same value that is disabled. And before this we are going to have the label, and for the for attribute we have the same value that is disabled over here, and then we will give the label as disabled field in this case, and then followed by colon. We have this input field after this, and let us say we have couple of line breaks over here so that the submit button is displayed on the next line. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, we have the disabled field label being displayed over here, but we have the normal input field right now which we can modify and send to the server as well. So what we can do is, we want a default value to be provided inside this input field. So we will say value attribute, and let's say we provide disabled as the value over here. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, disabled value is being displayed over here, but right now user is able to modify this input field and will be able to send this value to the server after submitting this form. So what we have to do is, in order to make this input field as disabled, simply we have to come to the end and type disabled keyword. So as you can see, this is the keyword that is disabled being suggested by the VS Code over here, in order to make this input field disabled so that the user is not able to modify it, and nor he or she will be able to send the value to the server after submitting the form. So let me just save this file now and try reloading this page once again on the browser. So as you can see, now the background of this input field is slightly updated. The color can be shown as a gray color over here, and when we click on this particular input field, we are not able to focus it, and also the user is not able to type inside this input field over here. Whereas in the read only, we were able to highlight this input field over here, but we are not able to modify it. So let us see what is the difference between read only and disabled field over here. So when we click on the submit button, in order to submit the form, as you can see, F name, that is John, is being provided to the server inside the URL, and we have test for which the value is customer. So basically the read only field value is being passed to the server in the form of a URL, since we have used the get request as the method type for the HTML form, whereas the disabled field is not being passed to the server, and that is the main difference between the read only and the disabled field over here. So in case you have any of the requirements in the project that you want to disable a particular input field as a part of functionality in such a way that you don't want that particular field value to be passed to the server, then simply you can provide the disabled keyword to the required input field over here, so that the user is no longer able to modify that input field and the value will not go to the server. So guys, comment in the comment section below whether you have learned something out of this video. Please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. The next video that we are going to talk about is input attribute size in input field. So stay tuned.